Far Cry 6 GOTY Edition will somehow cost $120 for newcomers? Far Cry 6 Game of the Year Edition includes new upcoming expansion but will set you back $120. Ubisoft's bundle includes an upcoming expansion and existing DLC, as well as Far Cry 3, Blood Dragon. Remember last week's leaked Far Cry 6 Game of the Year Edition? Well, as it turns out, this edition is real and it's out now on the official PlayStation and Xbox stores. This edition also includes a yet-to-be-released DLC for Ubisoft's most recent Far Cry entry, the Lost Between Worlds expansion. The price? Take a seat, as this GOTY edition will set you back $120, quite the price for a one-year-old title. Those who already own Far Cry 6 are able to upgrade to the Game of the Year edition for only $59.99. Calling Far Cry 6 one of 2021's Games of the Year was a stretch. But Ubisoft went ahead and did it anyway. It didn't stop there, either. The French publisher will also be charging $120 for this spruced-up release of its 2021 sequel. That's the price of two GOTYs, one for each actual GOTY mention Far Cry 6 received from some extremely garbled end-of-year lists. This new version of the game would be Far Cry 6 Game of the Year Edition, a re-release for the 2021 action game. Ubisoft has actually stealth-launched the new edition of the game today on October 6 across both new-gen and last-gen consoles and PC alike. The description for the edition. Get the definitive Far Cry 6 experience with the Game of the Year Edition, which includes the base game, all Season Pass content, all game updates, the Ultimate Pack, and the new expansion, Lost Between Worlds, coming soon. Play as Danny Rojas as you fight alongside a modern-day guerrilla revolution. Explore Yara, the most ambitious Far Cry open world to date, and enjoy the most variety ever found in the Far Cry franchise, all playable solo or in co-op. Enjoy all free game updates, including a new difficulty mode, ammo switch, individual loadouts, and more. Get all Far Cry 6 Season Pass content, including all 3 DLCs and Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon Classic Edition. Finally, get the new expansion, Lost Between Worlds. Store listings officially confirming Far Cry 6 Game of the Year Edition's existence and price recently went live on the PlayStation and Xbox storefronts via VGC, so no, it was not all just some weird fever dream. What will this new version of last year's Cuban Revolution-inspired open-world shooter include, exactly? An unannounced expansion called Lost Between Worlds, for one. Also special guns, outfits, and other existing DLC. Here's Ubisoft's description of the full contents. Far Cry 6. Lost Between Worlds, coming soon. Season Pass. 3 DLC episodes. Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon Classic Ed. The Vice Pack. The Croc Hunter Pack. The Jungle Expedition Pack. In case you haven't been keeping up with Far Cry 6's post-launch escapades, it's received rotating weekly missions, 4 new Special Operations missions, and 3 crossover missions, all of which were free. On the paid DLC front, it received Insanity, featuring Far Cry 3's Vaz Montenegro, Control, featuring Far Cry 4's Pagan Min, and Collapse, featuring Far Cry 5's Joseph Seed. It's a lot, which won't come as a surprise to anyone who's been trying to keep up with the annual flood of Assassin's Creed updates. But how does all this add up to a $120 GOTY edition? Well, despite Far Cry 6 being a year old and on clearance at GameStop for $20, it's still $60 on digital storefronts. The Season Pass, which includes all the paid DLC plus Far Cry 3, Blood Dragon, is $40. And then there's the new Lost Between Worlds expansion, which will presumably be at least $20. This Game of the Year edition is pretty pricey, retailing at $119.99/$99.99. However, if you already own a version of Far Cry 6, you can actually upgrade to the Game of the Year edition of Ubisoft's shooter right now on the same platform for $4.59.99/$49.99. Top among the Game of the Year edition contents is actually a brand new expansion, called Lost Between Worlds. This expansion hasn't launched yet for Far Cry 6, however, and we've got no idea what it entails outside this new name. Elsewhere, the new version of Far Cry 6 includes all previously released DLC content for the game, including Season Pass content. Headlining this is 3 DLC episodes starring past Far Cry villains Voss, Pagan Min, and Joseph Seed, from Far Cry's 3, 4, and 5 respectively. You'll also bag the Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon Classic Edition, a spin-off DLC which originally launched for Voss's game. Finally, there's also the Jungle Expedition Pack, the Croc Hunter Pack, and the Vice Pack DLC expansions for Far Cry 6, all of which launched throughout the past months for the game. If you already own Far Cry 6, but never touched the DLC, don't worry. Ubisoft will let you upgrade to the GOTY edition, separately, for just $60.